if you get close to the floor and you turn your jetpack off, which is default X, you'll go into mag boots. You're not close enough.
Clearly.
There you go.
Okay.
Now you can walk around magnet style. You probably recognize this type of bridge that I've done here. It may seem familiar to you. Being on the bottom of the ship.
Well, if you're talking about Hammerhead, then I would say, yeah, I recognize the style, but there's a defining difference of the cockpit. Like, what's going on? The hell?
You started walking on the seat like this.
But, these magnet boots are a little weird. Now back to what we were. Wow.
What?
Okay, that was
I'm
good.
standing on you. Oh, we're standing on each other.
What the hell? Oh, I'm dead. I'm dead.
Oh, I killed you.
Your feet killed me. Your feet kill me somehow. Stop it. Oh, no, stop it. This is not Kung Fu Panda.
I just
watched you bicycle kick me like Luke Cage across the damn room.
I just walked forward and I mag booted your backpack.
I like you know why that when I design a ship I like it to be as tight and cramped as possible.
Yeah.
I'm like a minimalist, which is also true for real life as well.
But then I have this huge area which I have no idea what I plan on doing with. I was thinking of not like a cargo room, but like like seating and stuff.
So disturbing, so disorienting. Come on,
what?
Go up the wall.
Oh, when you start.
I'm like it's crap.
You're floating away. Goodbye.
There you go. I'm a little bit like Sonic running up a.
Running at the speed of fun.
Apparently you can't mag to like this.
You can.
There we go. I'm gonna get my rings. Ding, ding. It's fine if you hit a wall in front of you. It's like you could just cross over, and it's just like, but if there's like, this is just weird.
Yeah.
It's like first person
I think
Sonic the Hedgehog. Really, honestly.
Yeah. I think they gave it more freedom because before, like, if you went to an edge, you just like flew off. Like Meg was just disabled and you flew off. So they gave it more, like the ability to connect things easier because otherwise it was almost useless.
Oh, I think I disconnected from the station. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Well, I still own them, but I deleted like 90% of the things I have on Steam because I looked at the list. I'm like, dude, between like 76 games like this and I'm like the F-14 coming out at DCS, which means I gotta make sure everything at DCS is ready to go again. The 14 is a big deal, and of course that revealed the teaser they had of the F-16 coming out at the end of their latest video, which is like people are like that F-16 is also another big plane for a lot of people.
Oh hell yeah! The F-16 is an amazing game or plane.
Yeah, the F-16 is great, but I've never been a huge fan of the 16, and not because there's anything wrong with it. I know you can practically take the plane into space. It's an amazing aircraft. To me, I've always been a fan of the 14, and I guess it goes along with my nature of liking co-op stuff because the 14 is the co-op plane, and I want that's why I bought two, one for you, one for me, because that is happening, I'm going to be. It'll come out on the beta first, and I know you don't have the beta downloaded, but I will practice on the F-14 on the beta server until it goes live. So back what you were talking about, like with the Squadron 42 roadmap that came out, I mean, it looks like so we're looking at an 8-year development cycle, which is industry standard, and across the board, and this is why I've never understood the argument that Star Citizen is vaporware or whatever, because I can log in and play it. I think the flight model right now sucks. And I think a lot of people do too, and that's the primary reason I don't play Star Citizen, isn't because the tech isn't great, isn't beautiful, isn't it's because I want to fly ships, and flying ships is abhorrently bad. Going onto another developer who's made some serious missteps recently, the whole Escape from Tarkov debacle where they destroyed this guy's YouTube channel because he pointed out and they went back and DMCA'd all of his videos.
What's this? I don't know if I know this one.
Oh, okay. Well, the guy pointed out there was an exploit that allowed people's data, personal information to be leaked, and he was like an Escape from Tarkov channel. And what happened was that the company came back and copyright claimed every video on his channel and got his channel shut down. And basically, it's a false DMCA claim. And
That's nice of them.
Well, the reason I bring up the Escape from Tarkov thing isn't because of the situation that I just described. It's because the players, it's one of those games that, like, when you open a door, your hand reaches out and turns the knob, and it's very much like immersive as far as how you interact with things. More realistic than most games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's one of those things that also is like Arma, where you have a clip and you have like a bullet left. You switch clips. There's a clip with a bullet left. Okay.
Yeah.
So
they don't just refill the front.
Right. So, but this is what I'm talking about. You take something. You can take something to a degree. I think that becomes too far, and the community wanted it, but I don't think they realized the extent of how bad it can be. You have to, if you want to reload a clip, you have to load every bullet one click at a time. It's one of those things that sometimes you can get too in depth to the point that you hamstring yourself. Yeah. And so it's like with Star Citizen, like when I keep saying sim light, and so many people aren't getting this, they say I just want DCS in space. In this, a lot of regards, the systems in DCS are superior. Do I want full DCS? No. There's some aspects I think would be too much for the average player, which is like the landing situation and stuff like that, taking off.
Or going through a system check, startup every
exactly,
time.
Exactly. So the point is that you can kill yourself by going too far one way or another. Now, for hardcore sim, obviously, being a hardcore sim isn't a bad thing.
Better.
Yeah, more is better if you're a hardcore sim and it's a hardcore sim game. You're a hardcore sim player, but no one expects. There's no, even if you wanted Star Citizen to be a hardcore sim, it can't be because it's not real. There's nothing to base it on. I mean, you have some systems you can ground yourself in. That's kind of, once you just spin there.
Yeah, I turned my jetpack off before I got mag boot level.
So like you can look at the real world and go, okay, I want to make missiles, or I want to make guns, or whatever, and you can use that as a starting point and say, okay, what would you imagine this would be like 900 years from now? And then you can make adjustments. And then you say, but you can make those adjustments within the frame of what is it like 900 years from now? Modified by I want World War II ranges, which Chris Roberts has said multiple times. So how do I do this and this? And also square the round holes of stuff like them wanting to have BVR, but then talking about how they wanted people to be spotters for BVR, which makes no sense. And then having long-range scanners that can't long-range scan to BVR. Oh, so many weird things that just don't line up. Anyway, so the point is that you have to come up with something that's deep, but not too damn deep and obnoxiously deep. But also run that fine line of not being so simple that you're bored to tears, which can golf swing. I'm just saying.
Yes, golf swing, best swing.